Okay, I want to know what this means exactly. I
Yeah,
want
what
to
is he
know if you hide
saying?
in if we were in World War II,
Yeah.
would we look at Hitler
Uh-huh.
after we'd carpet bomb Germany
Yeah.
and he's hiding in a bunker
Mhm.
and he's weeks away from killing himself,
Mhm.
hopped up out of his mind on whatever drugs he can find? Would we say Hitler has done an amazing job of withstanding the Allied bombing campaign?
Well, yeah, and I'm
I'm
sorry
baffled by it.
and these people aren't even hiding in a bunker, like, we wiped them out the first day.
Well, uh, because it's a country of 90 million people.
Okay.
And listen, they've fortified themselves. They had set up. They just killed in February 32,000 protesters to cement their grip. That's not what governments do when they're in a good shape with their approval. Do you think that if they actually got an honest poll of people making under $50,000 in Iran, what do you think that the regime's approval rating would be? This is insane. This is insane talk. And I
Yeah.
don't understand it. It's just, it runs counter to everything that we've ever known about war. Welcome, everyone, to the Wildly Opinionated News Hour. Todd's World Carrie's with me. I'm Todd. We are back.
Hello.
Going to be a fuzz shorter this week because it's been just kind of a cluster. Trying to get this done this weekend has, for some reason, been difficult. But we know how much you all count on it.
Mhm.
So,
Especially Nancy out there. She's like
so it's going to be close,
Yeah.
a little shorter today, but we'll get it done.
Okay.
How you been, Carrie?
I've been great. It was a great week at work, feeling very,
Was it busy?
it was busy, but I'm just feeling super, appreciated. It's nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a great boss.
Are they like throwing $100 bills at you while you're working and stuff?
Someday, I hope for that. Yeah,
Some
no.
days the poll's just better than others.
Yeah. How about you?
That's good.
I know, I'm a little sore, but, worked hard for the money this week. What?
Dancing for the groceries.
Actually, I'm sore because I've been digging out a flower bed, and I finished yesterday. I
Okay.
finished digging out all of this overgrown from a whole year of neglect, and it's taken
Good for
me
you.
several Saturdays to get through it all, and I finished yesterday.
I drove all the way down to Indiana. We
Yeah.
got a car for my daughter who picked one out. I say all the way down. It was 2 hours, 15 minutes, something like that.
That
Actually,
was
where my
it?
other daughter's
Was it,
moving
just in Indiana? Just?
Yeah, we're only an hour and a half from the border.
Really?
Approximately, maybe. It's about
Okay.
2.5 hours to Chicago. So,
Oh, gosh. See, I always thought it was, 4 hours away.
and I was talking to the guy, the guy we bought a car from. He buys cars at like these insurance auctions, and so this one had hit a deer, and he fixes it, and then he'll resell them. But he does the whole thing. He does a nice job. He doesn't finance cars, so he makes his money off cars, not financing, which is very odd today in today's car buying world.
I love that guy.
So, but he's from Chicago, and I'm like, he's from New York originally, but somewhere other than that, because he's got an accent.
Okay.
And Eastern Bloc,
Like
I
a
don't know where.
foreign accent or like a Northeast
Little foreign,
accent?
even though he sounded pretty, it's hard, you get the foreign accent, then he goes to New York, and then he goes to Chicago. He's just kind of a funny amalgamation of accents. But I said, I used to go to Chicago more, but all the crime and everything, you hear about everything. He's like, dude, it's just a shithole. There's no reason to go there anymore.
Really?
That's what he told me.
Wow.
I said, what about the Magnificent Mile? Michigan Ave, everything. And he's like, dude, there's nothing there. He's like, suburbs are okay, but you're even getting problems out there. He said, I can't wait to get out of Chicago. Taxes are insane. He was just going on. Typical everything you hear about blue cities. This guy was going on about. And good guy. I mean, he's not like he had a MAGA shirt on. I didn't necessarily have any, you know what I mean? Just good guy out there working for a living. No, but I mean, he's the kind of guy that you could tell was MAGA. Maybe still is MAGA. So, you would hope. See, I'm hearing all over X, there's a lot of kerfuffle about the war and about how Trump's abandoning everybody and he's betrayed everybody. Are you hearing that?
I am.
Or are you seeing it mostly online, not in real life?
It's online.
You don't know anybody in real life who's bitching about Trump that
Okay.
much.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I was just talking with someone, and I know of an adult male who used to be conservative like his whole life.
Used
He's
to be a male.
older than us. He's
Now
older
he's
than us.
transitioning.
And he hates Trump now. He thinks this is horrible, and it's like, okay.
So he would have voted for Trump the last 2 or 3 times?
I don't know about the last time, but probably before
Okay.
that. Maybe. He's been conservative. I don't know where he stood on Trump initially. And
But
that's
he's
been a
going
while
off the
now.
rails a little?
Yeah, he is. And I've
Is that the
heard,
only one you're seeing, though?
did I read that Joe Rogan was speaking against Trump now?
Well, I got some clips. Look at
Okay.
you. Look at Carrie. We haven't even talked about this.
I know. We
We
haven't talked
have
at
had
all.
a crazy busy week. Our platform isn't working to get on. We have to shorten the show today, and she pulls it out, leads me
There you
right
go.
into the clips.
But bam.
I want to start with this isn't Rogan yet. We're going to go there next, though.
Okay. I hope he
This
doesn't, by the
is
way.
this is on CNN, and they're talking about Trump's approval rating, his net approval rating among those making under $50,000 a year.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a pretty. I mean, this was the group that Trump did pretty well with, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the working class that he brought back and
Yeah.
kind of the whole thing, right? Brought into the
Mm-hmm.
fold. They hadn't voted for a while. They're back. They voted for Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Believed in Trump.
Right.
Supposedly, Trump was never going to go to war again. That's what we're being told. I don't remember him campaigning on that, but that's what it's morphed into.
He campaigned that he campaigned on no more wars, but
Did he? Do you remember him saying that?
I don't know if he campaigned on it, but he has always proclaimed
no more
that.
stupid wars, I remember. And I remember
Yeah,
no more endless wars.
No more endless wars. I'm sorry, you're correct. But you know what?
But see, to me, Trump is all about the art of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
I get it.
If your entire life was art of the deal, if everything you ever looked at was a deal to be made or a deal not to be made, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like that's your whole world.
Okay.
Then, and if you had at your disposal the world's largest fighting force in a screwed up world, you might look at that as the ultimate leverage on how to go out and make some deals in the world. You know what I mean?
I mean, and I don't think I think we talked about this. I don't think he's doing it for his own like glorification. I think he's doing it because it's in America's best interest.
But perhaps
I don't think he's just playing with the military like toys.
Do you think our ultimate deal maker president has not done the job he could have on selling America on the Iran operation?
I don't know. No. People who hate him aren't listening. People who are watching the news are just getting fuel to hate him more. So it's tough to get a message out there. It's tough.
Let's hear what
class, those making
CNN.
50K or less, those making under 50K. We're a big swing vote. We're a big swing vote in the 2024 election. Trump was able to win them. That was a very important part of his coalition. But look at this now. Mm-hmm. Look at the net approval rating that he has with those making under 50K. Down it goes. Look at that. That's a 26-point switcheroo in the latest average of polls. Look at that, minus 24 points. The working class voters are abandoning Donald Trump. Those who helped put him over the top in 2024 are saying, you know what? Not for me right now.
Look, what do you think, Carrie?
If that's true, and I don't know how they get these results, but who they ask, but if that's true, it's because of very short-term, short-sighted things like gas prices, which people making under 50 a year pay attention to how much gas costs.
Well, that's a big, I mean,
and meat.
If you go from, I noticed from filling my car up that if it goes from
you just drove
45 to
all the way to Indiana.
Yeah, if it goes from 45 to 70,
yeah,
I think was about the swing. That's noticeable. Like,
it is noticeable. The last time I went to fill up my tank, I stopped pumping when it hit $77. I just couldn't go. I was like, I can't.
How much is Florida gas right now? You saw.
Well, the last I saw was this morning on the way to church. It had dropped to $3.85.
Okay.
It was
$3.99
for about.
I got gas yesterday for about $3.85. That was a good deal because most of the gas stations I saw in my 5-hour round trip were about they were between $4.10 and $4.20, $4.19.
Woo! Yeah, $3.99
was
is
a
the
couple
most I've seen.
There was a couple spots that were a little less. And I
Wow.
got some
And
of
I
that.
think Michigan
So,
has higher taxes on gas than Florida.
well, they did just up the taxes, assholes.
Yeah.
I just,
Right.
how much of what Trump's
That's the thing.
dealing with is just second term itis? Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact is
Sure.
that governing is especially, and right now Congress, I think you could argue, is working against it. Does it seem like that? Does it seem like the Senate is working against the president?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they can't pass. We aren't paying TSA agents.
Yep.
And you know what my answer is? My answer is get rid of them. Now, I'm not the one flying, but we didn't have TSA agents forever and we were fine. Let's try it. Let's see what
I'm
happens.
trying to remember what security was like before then.
Before
I mean, we had
9/11?
to have security.
A little, but
Didn't we
not
just didn't we
nothing
I
like,
think you scanned your luggage and you
yeah, might have run through quick.
did
You
they
didn't take
did you
off your
walk
shoes.
did you just walk through a metal detector and scan your bag kind of like you would at like a concert?
I don't know. It's been 25 years. I didn't fly that much before that. I flew a little, but I never had like a job where I was jet setting all over and I didn't fly a lot. Flew some, but
Right.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know. It's
But what
you
do
ask about Joe Rogan. I do have a clip of Joe Rogan here. Is this the?
Yeah, Joe Rogan can actually have some influence, I fear.
You're not gonna like this one.
Damn it. Well, I mean, it sucks. And, anyway, let's hear it. But
Let's
Joe
hear what-
Rogan will also admit when he's wrong. Like, he's willing to change his mind on stuff. And so if he comes around.
He has Dave Smith on, who's a comedian who would be anti-Israel. Now that doesn't call the herd much on the right these days.
Specifically anti-Israel. Okay.
A lot of them are these days. There's a group of right-wing podcasters that I would say I'm not a part of. And
no,
I don't even.
We're not anti-Israel.
I say that as a guy who wrote "What Is a Dead Jew Worth" right after October 7th. But I am not anti-Israel. I've never been anti-Israel.
No.
I believed as soon as I saw what happened on October 7th. To some extent, somehow this was an inside job by the Israeli government. Couldn't have happened otherwise, was my belief at the time. Still my belief now.
Yeah. We're just anti-Israel first. That's all.
Yeah.
For us.
I'm not anti. To me, when the Israeli government is on the wrong side of something, I'll call that out as well as I will the American government. Either way, I'm not. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'd be pro the Israeli people, though.
Yes.
Just like I'd be pro the Iranian people.
100%.
Like I'm pro the American people.
Thank you for making that
not Somalis, because they're not Americans. They
Okay.
don't belong here. Illegal immigrants don't belong here.
We can say that.
But the problem is, Americans, you say it's short-sighted. That is simply, especially now with social media and with TikTok videos and with just life as we've come to know it.
Yep.
We don't have any attention span anymore.
Nope.
Now,
it's a swipe of discontent, and
that just exacerbates across the population.
It does.
It just does, because it's everybody for the most part. And when you don't have any attention span, you'll just, whatever anybody says, okay, all right, well, that makes sense.
Totally.
So now you've got Rogan drifting some, I think. Let's hear what he has to say.
The phrase "Make America Great Again." I don't care. Then
But
fine.
if that phrase sucks, here's the thing. Like, first of all, America is great. Make America greater, I'm down. But make America great again, and then it becomes a movement of a bunch of fucking dorks, because a lot of them are dorks. A lot of them, these really weird, fucking uninteresting, unintelligent people that have got something they cling to, and there's a lot of people that are just real genuine patriots, and they're all lumped into this one group, and you got to accept the dorks too. Fuck that.
Yeah. Okay. I'd be curious if he's looked at the Democrats at all. Has he looked at the other side, at the blue-haired people trying to protect the Somalian fraud? Are they dorks? Is it possible that there's dorks on the other side? Is it possible that there are dorks in the world, and that as part of an American political party, you're going to have some dorks in your party?
Right. So there's, I
Isn't
think,
America for dorks too? I mean,
I think there are two things. I'm so glad you played that clip because I was going to say, as you were talking about his approval rating, I was going to say there's something happening with the MAGA term. Okay.
mm-hmm.
The MAGA term, like it, entered our lexicon. Like it was a rah-rah thing that it was this cause, this noble cause that conservatives got behind for the most part in the voter
Mm-hmm.
base, not necessarily in Washington, but
Right.
in the vote among the voters. MAGA was a great label. Everyone was really like proud of it. Who was behind
Right.
it? Obviously, liberals never loved the MAGA term.
Well,
But
prior to 2015, Trump's
mhm,
the one who came up with MAGA.
uh-huh.
Prior to that,
Mhm.
we went through 2 terms of Obama.
Mhm.
And is it fair to say that that a majority of the American people didn't feel like America was great at that point? I mean, that's
Yes.
why
Well,
we
yeah.
voted to make America great again.
Yes, the whole message was that we're the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're terrible. Like we're terrible people. And
And Joe Rogan thought that. He had
yes.
Trump on. He goes
Mhm.
to the freaking
Mhm.
fights with Trump. You know,
Yep.
he's kind of partying as a Trump bro for a little bit.
So
No, I never thought
that's what
he
I mean. Yeah.
completely bought in. And I don't. He doesn't need to buy in for me. I don't care.
Sure.
I don't.
But that
I
term, so that the Democrats tried to use that term as a negative label from the beginning. That's
mhm.
fine. Of course, it makes sense. If the tables were turned, we would feel the same way. But now they're they have some momentum. That distaste for the
Libs.
word lives. That distaste for the word has um has snowballed a little bit, and I think like it has tipped the scale. So now when someone uses that term, it's not a favorable word anymore. Like
You don't think?
no, I don't think so. And I think
Okay.
not that I think he should make a statement about it, but I think like he should stop using the term. I think we should just move on. Because I kind of agree with Joe in that it's like that isn't what's happening anymore. Right now, Trump's just trying to serve the American people. But the Make America Great Again, MAGA was a great campaign idea, but now it's like just do the best you can. I think
hmm
take the label away. I don't know.
Well, what do you think taking the label away will accomplish?
Nothing. It doesn't again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
Well, you must
because
think it would accomplish something, or you wouldn't
well,
advocate getting
I
rid of it.
don't I like myself, I used to like the idea. I was like, yeah, I'm a MAGA supporter. Well, now it's like, yeah, I don't think anyone likes that term anymore, so I don't want to call myself that.
You don't. And when do
No,
you
I mean,
think it
but
switched?
I don't know. I support Trump. I support America. I support us being the best we could be, but it's like I don't know. I don't hear anyone using it in a positive way anymore.
hmm
Do you? Like does our vice president use it? Does
Well,
I mean, I
listen,
think of
yeah, Trump
that.
still uses it, and I
Yeah.
think by and large it still has some cachet.
Okay.
It's not campaign right now, and I think
Yeah.
by and large we're going to go into the midterms,
Mhm.
and as low as people think Trump's approval rating is,
Mhm.
everybody hates Congress. I mean, it's
Yeah.
bipartisan
Yep.
hatred
Mhm.
for the Congress of the United States of America
Mhm.
because they don't care. The Congress is
No.
anti-MAGA. I would say by and large, the Uniparty is anti the American people.
Yes, I
I mean,
believe that.
why do you think that John Thune is fighting? Oh, well, not just John Thune. Why do you think in general the Democrats are fighting so hard the Save Act, the
Mhm.
Save America Act? Because
Yeah.
they don't want uh they don't want people to have to show IDs because their
Right.
entire everything about them winning relies on illegal immigrants, relies on
Yeah. I
fraudulent ballots, everything else.
I think even the title of that bill, that act, the Save America Act, like that's just
You don't
triggers.
even like that.
No, that triggers Democrats immediately. Like Save America, like,
Well,
America's for. that sounds racist to them. It's like, okay.
Let's listen to one more. This is Dave and Joe. It's another short clip. Let's hear what he has to say.
And especially when it's the administration that really ran on and promised that we want to get out of this game of fighting stupid wars in the Middle East.
Yeah, that was what we were all supporting.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that he was saying that was so promising to so many people that were independent, that were on the fence. They're like, this guy wants no wars. All right. He wants closing the border, which I think is a great idea. He wants no wars. That enough. Let's go.
Well, especially considering the fact that, like, even if there are some things about Donald Trump that maybe you don't like, but the other guys are saying we want to keep fighting forever wars, and this guy is saying we should stop doing that. That's enough to go, well, then he's better than you on net.
Okay, there's a big difference between... He said two different things there. See, this is my whole issue.
Yeah,
there's a big difference between he promised to stop wars and he promised to stop forever wars. Those are two radically different things.
Yes.
See, I think people don't understand that Rush Limbaugh, remember Rush?
Mm-hmm.
He had what he called his, I think it was 10, maybe it was more than that, his undeniable truths. And one of them, the first undeniable truth was that we live in a world governed by the aggressive use of force. Plain and simple. That until you accept that,
I think that's true.
You don't understand. Okay, so the state of war, despite what the Pope said. See, did you hear what the Pope said?
No.
Oh, didn't you? Aren't you a Catholic, Carrie?
I must not like subscribe to the Pope's
This wasn't like
feed or anything.
or anything, you know.
I haven't heard anything.
He said something along, I'll find it quick here.
Okay.
He said something along the lines of God doesn't bless people who are engaged in war or whatever. It was something along those lines. It was very, very anti-war that made no sense.
I definitely want to hear that.
It's like you're talking about a person who has no historical perspective. I don't have it. I didn't say the Pope thing because it wasn't a clip. It was just a little thing. And whatever. Who cares about the Pope anyway? But, and I don't think most Catholics even care that much about the Pope, other than maybe within the theological realm.
I was going to say, in the theological realm, yes. If he's talking about
human governments, he don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like, it's kind of hard. You know how we've said on the other show, on Beers with Jesus, that God exists outside of time? I sort of feel like that's happening there. The Pope talking about worldly things and war, it's kind of like, unless you're talking about what we should do, charitably to help people who are suffering because of war, I don't really understand like why he's commenting on that. Because you can be idealistic, but if you're the religious leader of a church as big and as established as Catholics, I just think it's an odd thing to comment on.
Yeah.
You know
this
what I mean?
Is Tim Dillon.
Ideologically.
You know who Tim Dillon is? We've played him a few times on here.
Yeah. He looks familiar.
He's a comic again.
Right.
Right-wing podcaster comic.
Yeah. Kind of political comic.
Yeah. And I would, well, let's see what I'm trying to give us a view of what's going on out there in the right-wing podcast sphere, because people look at that as, Trump had owned it walking into 2024, right?
You trying to steal my piece here today, Todd?
I'm just giving people a feel for what's out there. I think this is influencing a lot of people.
Right now we have J.D. Vance negotiating, okay? J.D. Vance is negotiating. Kushner, Witkoff, Rubio, Trump somewhat, and they're all negotiating to end this disastrous war that they started.
Why is the war disastrous? I'm trying to recall. I don't know what's disastrous about the war. We don't have any boots on the ground. We've lost barely any people.
Yeah. Is he just saying disastrous because he disagrees with the war?
I don't know. These are the
that's how
these
someone
are kind
who
of
is
the narratives that take hold.
Someone who thinks it's a bad move is going to call this a disastrous war. I've actually heard people saying that. So he's picking up on he must be getting the morning facts of the narrative for the day.
Democrat.
So sounds good. And Iran doesn't have a huge reason. Now, obviously, other than to, cease getting blown up because they are getting hit. Iran right now has shown a tremendous ability to withstand the onslaught of the U.S. and Israel without their regime collapsing.
Okay, I want to know what this means exactly.
Yeah,
I want
what
to
is
know
he
if you hide
saying?
if we were in World War II,
Yeah.
would we look at Hitler after we'd carpet bombed Germany
Yeah.
and he's hiding in a bunker and he's weeks away from killing himself, hopped up out of his mind on whatever drugs he can find? Would we say Hitler has done an amazing job of withstanding the Allied bombing campaign?
Well, yeah, and I'm sorry,
baffled by it.
And these people aren't even hiding in a bunker. Like, we wiped them out the first day.
Well, because it's a country of 90 million people.
Okay.
And listen, they've fortified themselves. They had set up. They just killed in February 32,000 protesters to cement their grip. That's not what governments do when they're in a good shape with their approval. Do you think that if they actually got an honest poll of people making under $50,000 in Iran, what do you think that the regime's approval rating would be? This is insane. This is insane talk. And I don't understand it. It's just, it runs counter to everything that we've ever known about war. And no. So look at them. Look at them. They still have some holes we haven't hit. What are you talking about? How could that be anything resembling success? Okay. All right, Tim. What else do you got?
Okay.
And they've shown an amazing ability to hit U.S. bases and U.S. interests and U.S. allies. And
amazing. Would anybody call anything Iran has done in this entire month amazing? They haven't done anything. What do you mean it's amazing how many bases they've hit?
Right. I didn't know that they had hit an American bases. Have they?
A couple stray missiles here and there, but I mean nothing.
And I thought that
matters.
I thought that they've been striking Israel, but I don't feel like it's been anything amazing.
If you went back to World War II, back when they had the clips, remember the news clips they'd play before movies to keep people kind of updated, the news reels? They'd play like a 5-minute reel in the movie theater and they'd be keeping people updated. Do you think that if we held General George S. Patton to the standards that we decidedly are now holding America and Iran to, I mean, he was an abject failure. We failed in World War II. It's crazy talk. I just can't even. It's like these people have lost their mind. This, to me, isn't just short-term focus loss. It's insanity that the likes of which I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's really weird.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Who's this?
What are we?
What's this guy's platform? Where is this? Is this on TV? Is it on YouTube?
No, it's a podcast. It's probably on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, like I heard Rogan say I get all my news from the Tim Dillon show. He was joking. But my point is this is out there. This is
well, maybe he is only getting his news from this show. I feel like I don't know. Maybe
I don't even know how much of this I'll be able to get through because it's so insane.
Maybe we should wear our sunglasses while we talk, Todd. Maybe
and he's occasionally funny. I mean, I've played Tim Dillon clips that are funny, and I'm fine with that.
Okay.
But this kind of serious political commentary when you're so far off the mark and apparently have never read any history that predates 2 years ago. I just can't understand it. I'm baffled by the idea.
Right.
I just am. The American Revolution was an abject failure by any measure of these people. We failed almost the entire time. Right up until we won, we were failing.
Say up until the end.
I mean,
I want to hear more of what he says because this is crazy.
It's amazed a lot of people, and Iran.
I got to open a beer.
Real reason to negotiate, right? At the end of the day, Iran's like, we were attacked. Now, obviously, they have the obvious reason that nobody wants to be in a war.
Oh,
but they were attacked, and many people say that they kind of have the upper hand at the moment. Because what does winning even look like?
Oh my God.
We're not going to have a new regime.
I don't know what it looks like, Tim.
Hundreds of
but
thousands
it doesn't look like
on
this.
the ground and get a lot of people killed.
I can't. I just can't with him. I got to get rid of him.
Okay.
I tell you what I got that's
Yep.
good is I wanted to play him backed by Victor Davis Hanson. That's what I
Oh,
wanted.
okay.
I wanted reason inserted into this discussion,
I love
but I
this
needed some
idea.
lunacy on the front end.
I love this idea.
Because I feel like too many people that voted MAGA, that were sympathetic towards MAGA, are slipping into lunacy. And I
Okay.
don't completely understand. It doesn't mean I'm in favor of Iran necessarily. I trust Trump, okay?
Okay.
I hope he does the right thing. That doesn't mean he won't do things that I don't like. He
Right.
may.
He's human. He's a big character. Got it.
But for now I'm trusting Trump. I just gotta
Okay.
I gotta find Victor Davis. But I've got the
So we're
best.
gonna
Sorry,
That's wild.
Okay, here we go. I know. I'm frustrated by it. I'm getting it a little bit in my own. I got my own daughter who's she sent me a Nick
Waffling.
Fuentes clip yesterday saying this first 15 minutes, he's basically name dropping you, because we were arguing on the way to Indiana a little bit.
Okay.
And I said, what do you mean? Like, I listened to it. I listened to the first 15 minutes. And I don't hear him saying anything that I said.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know. Lunacy's taken over all over.
Okay.
But here's Victor Davis talking about the war that I feel like, okay, now we have a well-reasoned, very in-depth historical mind looking at this. Let's hear what intelligence sounds like. How about?
Definitely. Let's go.
There's enough evidence to see how things are really going. Europeans would never agree to go anywhere near Iran unless they thought the tide was turning and they think that we're going to win. Otherwise, they would keep still. And the reason that the petro nations of the Gulf survive is they have their finger in the wind and they're very attuned to the climate. And when you have Al Jazeera praising the United States bombing campaign and saying that it's been underestimated and it's brilliant and effective, you get the feeling that they think not only should the United States finish the job, but it can and will finish the job. And then when you start to see tactical aircraft like Warthogs and Apaches, that means that they're offering almost ground and sea support to hit targets. There's nothing, there's no defense at all when you have that type of aircraft flying at will in Iranian airspace. So you put it all together, and I think it's pretty clear that this rope-a-dope strategy that they have, that we're going to tire before they are, is dependent on just public opinion, the midterms in the United States. And if Trump sees it through, and I think he will, I think they're going to fall pretty soon. And there's enough.
What do you think?
So did I
Makes you
catch
feel
at the
better when
beginning?
you hear.
Yeah, he sounds more optimistic about the outcome of this. But
They have no air defense. We are flying Apache helicopters are the Army's fighting helicopters. You know what I mean? They're they're kind of a Black Hawk souped up into this amazing fighting machine, but it's for close. You're not bombing from 30,000 feet like you are with jets. You know what I mean? You're engaged. Same thing with the Warthogs. They're engaged. They have no aerial defense anywhere. That means this entire country, we can fly over and do whatever we want. We can hit whatever we want. We can do whatever we want. And Tim Dillon says, maybe Iran's winning. Maybe winning has been totally redefined and it means losing now.
Well, and did Hanson say something at the beginning about Europe helping?
Yeah, and he said Europe wouldn't be anywhere close to this war if they didn't already think it was won, because Europeans don't come anywhere near wars.
Right. So who's involved with us? Who's helping us?
The British finally sent a ship over, I think a minesweeper over to the Straits of Hormuz.
Okay, cool.
France, I think, has sent some. You know what I mean? They're starting to get involved. They want to be involved in the coalition a little bit. Once they realize that this is already won, that's when the Europeans decide they want to be part of the parade. It's kind of that's what Victor Davis Hanson is saying.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, I liked that. That makes me feel better. Isn't it funny? Like you and I, we trust what Victor Davis Hanson says. We don't trust what every other media outlet is saying.
Well, everything that Victor Davis Hanson said, I've heard everywhere. I knew all that. He's just putting together, which is we're doing whatever we want. I mean, it would be akin to if Hitler started bombing England and just did whatever he wanted,
Mm-hmm.
and there was for all intents and purposes no resistance,
Okay.
and we were like, man, England's winning. It's just like,
Well,
what are you talking about?
and what's that comedian saying about them, their regime, like that they're doing, their regime is is handling this well. Like I lost the word that he
Most of
used.
the regime is dead.
Right. What is he talking about? He made it sound like the regime is withstanding this like valiantly or something. And it's like, you know what I
I,
mean? Seems
I
like
have no
he's
idea what he's
denying that the
talking about.
regime has fallen. Yeah.
The fact
it's
that the
weird.
Iranian people within a month
Mhm.
haven't already taken over a government that just in February killed 32,000 of them when they rose up.
Mhm.
That to him means this war's a failure. And I
Okay.
think we would have never, ever. Now, this probably was true before now.
Mhm.
We would have never become we would have never become America. We would have never won the Revolutionary War with
Mhm.
the kind of thinking and the kind of philosophies and people that we have right now. Because let
Oh,
me
yeah.
tell you what,
Yeah.
for 2 years, maybe 3 years, we were losing.
Mhm.
We were losing so bad we didn't have any money to feed the
Right.
soldiers. I mean,
Right.
people just have no sense of history.
Mhm.
And then they want to say maybe we're losing it's insane. It's nothing like, no, listen, I don't know. I don't want boots on the ground either.
Right.
I think we might get them in on a few of those islands in the Straits. And I'm okay with that. I know you don't like the idea, but I'm okay with taking a few islands that we can see. To me, those are easily in 2 days we can have control. That to me is not an endless war.
No,
That
I'm
to me is taking control and 80% of the oil that flows through
yeah,
a particular
I
area in the world. And that's
understand.
what empires do. That's what Alexander the Great would have done.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
what I
I
think.
understand your argument. I get it. Like that's that spot. I'm just concerned about their safety. And I'm also concerned about we may be doing really well over there and winning, as you say,
Mhm.
but what's going to happen here with all of the support, like secret supporters, the hidden supporters who are here probably illegally? I
Well,
mean, I hope.
nothing. The answer is that we've seen whatever has happened in the last month.
Mhm.
Have we seen an unbelievable increase in terror attacks
Not
in America?
unbelievable, but I just.
Couple here and there, but about not much different than what we've had.
Right, but I mean, that's like it's a distinctive risk close to home.
I know. My only point is that it doesn't seem to be manifesting. See, I don't have a problem on the
Hopefully.
very front end of a
Mhm.
war. So at the very, first week we're bombing Iran, we're doing whatever, and people,
Mhm.
Tucker Carlson, all these people are telling us all these horrible things that are going to happen. Okay,
Okay.
maybe they do. When it becomes obvious those things haven't happened,
Mhm.
to then redefine it and try to redefine it into us losing, when
Mhm.
it's so obvious that we're not, doesn't make any sense to me. I just what is winning? Trump has set the parameters of they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. We're going to degrade their military capability, and they're not going to be able to reign terror all over the Middle East and all over America. That's it.
Mhm.
He hasn't said regime change, but they are working on regime change in a little different way than we're used to. Here's some more Victor Davis Hanson. I want you to hear this because I think it's really good. And
Okay.
I'm trying to get people love bad news. I know that sounds like a strange thing to say, but I think
Yeah.
it's true. Like we just like to
doing something very unique.
we like to roll around in it, you know?
Well,
I
I
just
think you can make the argument it's how we are with storytelling, if we read a book, if you read a book that's from cover to cover just a pleasant, happy story, it's like, okay, it needs like a story needs a conflict. So, I think that just is either natural in us in life that we are
but why is it
drawn.
that we want to be losers?
Oh, I don't think we want to be losers. Well, I mean, Democrats might, but they want the US to lose things. I don't know why. 21, 24. Okay. I was just looking up FBI sleeper cell stuff. Okay.
Let's hear what Victor has to say about this. I think this is interesting.
They're going
Okay.
after the people that killed the protesters, so they're going after checkpoints.
He's talking about Israel right now. So
Oh,
Israel's intelligence, the Mossad, has a lot of assets on the ground in Iran. The reason we've been able to do much of what we've done is because of Israeli intelligence on the ground.
okay.
Israeli intelligence right now, Mossad is going after the people who killed the protesters. They're actively going after the leadership.
With drones. They know from their intelligence, they've got so many people that hate that regime, and there's so many cell phones and there's so many Starlink stuff that people are able to contact them. There was a really bizarre story today where he called up a Republican Guard officer, and they said, you're a dead man. He said, I'm a dead man walking, but I didn't do anything wrong. So they're contacting individual people and saying, you're going to die. This is a new dimension. So if there's a lot of that, and the Israelis just wait for a phone call, and a guy calls up and says, I'm on the 6th floor of my apartment, and there is a checkpoint right onto the street. Here's my address. And they know the GPS anyway from his phone. They can keep hitting those with drones. And that's what they're doing. But there's a lot of them. So the Israelis want to go 3 or 4 more weeks to eliminate the command and control. They're doing the command and control mostly, and we're doing the infrastructure. We're trying to find the assembly. Apparently, they must have a lot more missiles, 3,000 or 4,000, than we thought, because they're still sending these cluster bomb missiles, which are impossible to defend against, because when they break up or when they explode, these little bomblets go everywhere.
Okay.
Bomblets. Okay.
So we're doing the infrastructure, but we're taking out the missiles, we're taking out the bases, we're taking out the bunkers underground, we're taking out the facilities where they're making stuff, whatever they do. Israel's focusing on the command and the control end. So there are some boots on the ground. They aren't ours.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not really Israeli military. It's this massive Israel intelligence operation that's going on. That to me seems like a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
I like it. I don't have a problem with it. Let's get rid of these guys, and let's really set it up to where the Iranian people can take over and we can get some lasting peace in Iran. And if we can do it using our role, air, sea, but not ground troops, and Israel will take care of the messiness with the Mossad on the ground end. I don't see a downside. I don't know. What do you think?
I think geographically they should be more responsible for the physical presence there in that territory. I think that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Trump talking. We won't listen to the whole thing. Oh, you can't hear Trump, can you? I just completely messed the entire thing up, guys.
Oh no! Wait,
all of a sudden windows are popping everywhere,
how'd you
and
know?
I'm like,
oh no! Did you open up? Did you
I was
open
like,
up
this
a
is
quiz?
whatever's happening is not right.
Like, what Harry Potter house would you belong in? Did it open up like some ask? What's your IQ?
Okay, here's Trump talking a little bit about Iran.
Okay.
We've won this. This war has been won. The only one that likes to keep it going is the fake news. I mean, the New York Times, you read the New York Times, it's like we're not winning a war where they have no Navy and they have no Air Force and they have no nothing. And we literally have planes flying over Tehran and other parts of their country. They can't do a thing about it. For instance, if I want to take down that power plant, that very big, powerful power plant, they can't do a thing about it. It's like, take me. That's all they can do.
Take me.
And yet, if you read the New York Times or if you watch ABC fake news or NBC fake news, you'd say it's a close battle. It's not a close battle. They're totally defeated. We killed their Navy in, would you say 3 days, Pete? Gone. In fact, I was a little upset with Pete. I said, why didn't you save the ships? We could have used them, right? He said, it's more fun shooting them down.
Oh my God.
But, the Navy was wiped out.
Get shit for that.
In a very rapid order. Pretty impressive for you guys, you champion wrestlers.
What do you think?
I love the headline that says the allies have been pretty good.
They've been pretty good.
Pretty good.
I mean, we don't have any boots on the ground. We've destroyed anything that resembles. And Iran did shoot off a ballistic missile toward Diego Garcia, that island down in the
Okay.
is it the Indian Ocean? It's about 4,000 miles away from Iran.
Okay.
Now this is the stuff that we were guaranteed by the New York Times, by the naysayers. Oh, Iran doesn't. We already went in. They don't have any missiles. They just shot one 4,000 miles away.
Okay.
From that range, they could hit any major population center in Europe. So the New York Times, the left-wing media, has been proven wrong, but that doesn't matter because MAGA is just a bunch of dorks. I just don't. I don't understand this. I don't understand this America. It's why this show's here. I'm trying to move people into sanity. Oh my God, the latest 30-second video I saw on TikTok said we're losing. What?
What? This comedian wearing sunglasses under his studio lights obviously has something to say. I'm glad that you brought up the dorks comment too, because I didn't get back to that. I was just focusing on the MAGA label. I thought that was such a weird way for Joe to present that. Like, what? I kind of didn't get that. What is that?
I don't know.
It
I don't
seemed
know what his
out of
point is.
character. Maybe he was in a grumpy mood or whatever.
I would
don't
love to
know.
be on Rogan, and I'd love to have this conversation with him.
Sure.
And I'd love to say, what do you want to do? You just wish we wouldn't shoot things at Iran. Okay. They shoot things at us. There may be other reasons why Trump went in, and it may have had more to do with Israel than we might like. I don't know. Israel seems to be holding up their part of the bargain.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I just don't. Listen, I understand the mass discontent. I think most of it's domestic. People are. The problem is you get it from both sides. So now I've got people on the right who are all pro-Trump, who are like, we're not doing mass deportations. He never meant it. And you know what my answer to that was? I said, you need to listen to the Wildly Opinionated News Hour last week. I just had this conversation with Carrie. Carrie doesn't want mass deportations. Carrie's on one of the most conservative podcasts with one of the most intelligent people that I think has ever had access to a microphone, and she still isn't on board. My guess is that if you're not on board with mass deportations, probably about 85% of the country's not. And if the country's not behind you, I'm not sure we can do it.
Right.
Maybe they haven't been sold on it. I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah. And
you
I
know
also
what I mean?
and I also don't know what mass means. And I'll admit also I have a hard time really fathoming what those numbers mean. When I heard Trump talking about leaving the UN, and he said something about 23 million people coming, and it's like 23 million
What is he
people.
talking about?
He's just saying
That
how
they already have?
Yes. And
Okay,
he said
okay.
we've stopped it, but 23 million in the 4 years of the previous
Right. Okay.
incompetent administration, I think is how he put it,
Okay.
came in. And I just think of that number, and I was just thinking of this yesterday, and I thought, I have a hard time wrapping my brain around how many people that is.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I
So
think that people in general, first of all, now listen, I don't live in an area maybe that's crazy heavily, like immigrant heavy. That said, I live in one of the biggest agricultural counties in Michigan. Oddly, it's a fairly populated county, but also there's a lot of agriculture that takes place. A lot of it's greenhouses, you know what I mean? It's not, but there's a lot of agriculture.
Yeah.
Because of that, there is a fairly heavily Hispanic population around here.
Okay.
I don't know how many of them are legal and how many of them aren't. I really have no idea. But I can tell you this, I haven't seen any ice trucks rolling around just hauling people out of their houses.
Well,
Not
no.
around here.
Not in
I haven't even
Michigan.
heard about it.
Yeah.
And so what I'm just wondering, is it people are like these massive. Now the problem is you get the media. I'm looking for this story because this story is it's the classic. I read this story and I thought, this is why Carrie thinks the way she does.
Okay. All right.
If I read this story to Carrie, she's gonna
agree with it.
oh God, now it's not. Why is this? Here we go. Okay, accept all cookies for a second. Sorry. I'm stupid. Oklahoma pastor deported to Mexico after decades of ministry. Pastor
Oh, hold on.
Walfrano
You
Portillo,
just glitched a little bit. Oklahoma pastor?
Oklahoma pastor deported to Mexico after decades of ministry. Pastor Walfrano Portillo, a longtime church leader in Tulsa, Oklahoma, has been deported to Mexico after immigration authorities detained him during a scheduled check-in in Oklahoma City, separating him from his family and congregation after decades in the United States. His daughter said that he had been reporting to immigration officials for years while waiting on pending applications, and that the family had long feared he might be detained at one of those visits. She said her father had lived in the United States since he was 16 and built his life in Oklahoma, where he served for decades as a pastor. She also said he had a valid work permit and a Social Security card at the time of his detention, though he remained subject to a removal order dated back to 2007. So, this is the exact kind of thing that if we can find these, the media is going to trumpet these stories everywhere, right?
Oh,
This
yeah,
is the kind of
totally.
thing that just bugs you. You don't want to see this guy hauled back to
Nope.
Mexico, right?
No. I don't
Even
want
though
to
he
see
broke
that
the
guy
law.
hauled off.
No, even though he broke the law. But you don't want to change the laws either.
I think
Yeah. We just don't want to enforce them, like Biden.
I'm okay enforcing the laws on new people coming in. This batch that came in 4 years, between Trump's administrations, I don't know what to do about those, but I know that I could put my hand over my eyes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, among a whole room full of illegals and find someone who probably should go before that guy.
Fair. I don't necessarily disagree with that. The problem is that you can't realistically. This is what we've talked about over and over about how the pendulum swings, right?
Yep.
And it swings way over here to let everybody in, let criminals in, do whatever you want, open the borders wide. Now, Trump wants to get some of them out, and he wants to close the border. He did close the border, thank God.
Thank God.
Now the pendulum's swinging this way kind of hard, and we just aren't real comfortable. I would say the only way that we're actually dealing with the problem is if we're uncomfortable with it, because the problem is so big and so bad. But then the other option is, you know what? I'm just going to bury my head in the sand of life and forget that this is going on. And maybe Trump can get gas prices down and we can get out of Iran. That's what I feel like most of the country is about. And I'm not even saying that they're wrong necessarily. I'm just,
You know what? Those people, that's a really great way of putting it, because there are a lot of people who probably feel that way. But I think also those people don't understand the broader ramifications of that many people being here illegally, who are, being given so many resources that it's then hurting the people who
right.
have a right to be here, whether we were born here or we came here legally. Everyone who has a right to be here shouldn't be suffering because of those people. So, I don't know, man. So I just think people don't. I know.
It's a problem without a solution.
Yeah.
Because the solutions people are uncomfortable with.
Exactly. But I think everyone can agree, except for like the squad people. I think other than them, everyone can agree that we should be getting out the criminals. I'm sorry.
But but if we find people that are illegal immigrants that have removal orders, but that we know of aren't criminals, we should let them just hang. We should ignore it. Is that the idea? We look at it. The ICE agent looks at it. No different than a guy looks at somebody speeding and gives them a warning.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends. I don't really know what they're facing. So this guy, the pastor, for example, he's a great example for the news. The news is going to love this guy. The anti-ICE people
They're going
to
to find every single one of these stories they can, and they're going to trumpet them from the rooftops.
100%.
That's the drive-by media doing that. And if you think, oh, well, they just care about these people. I promise you they don't.
I know. They really don't. You know what? Ironically, I care about that guy.
I know you do.
I care about him.
I do too. Well,
I was going to say, you probably do.
I do.
Now, if this
I
guy's
don't
been
like it either,
if this
but
guy's
I
been
get it.
checking in, if he's been checking in, I feel like he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's not hiding out. He's
Mhm.
not. He's been here since he was 16. He probably didn't even come here alone. He probably came here with his family.
He's been
Maybe he's
checking in with the officials.
yeah. I'm sorry, that's like low priority, back burner. Like, you know what? If we get on a roll and all of a sudden we have all this
But see, here's the
support.
thing: if what percentage of ICE removal cases do you think that guy represents?
Oh, very small.
My guess is less than 1%.
Yeah.
But that's what we're going to hear about,
Oh, yeah. He's
and
the
that's what
prime
we're
news
going to
story.
make. That's what we're going to make our decisions on for the other 99%.
Mhm.
That to me is a problem.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what Trump does about it exactly, because he's fighting on a lot of different fronts. Now people might say, "Well, get out of Iran. That'll clear everything." Okay. I mean, listen.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're out of Iran soon. Hopefully our
Mhm.
focus shifts back. Hopefully Cuba falls. We can get everything back.
Mhm.
But here's Tucker. I have not played a lot of Tucker lately.
Okay.
And this, I don't believe, is Tucker being anti-Israel, because that seems to be his shtick of late. But I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
this is it.
Okay.
He's talking about America, which
Talked
is what
about
I'm
something
interested
else?
in. Yeah. And I don't think I necessarily disagree. I don't exactly disagree with him. We may not listen to the whole thing here, but I want to
Okay.
get he's on Sean Ryan's show.
Oh, nice.
You know, Sean Ryan's ex Special Forces guy, has a
Mhm.
show. He's been pissed off at Trump too. Everybody's pissed off at Trump in podcast land.
What's
Except me. I'm not mad at him.
I'm not mad at him.
Let's hear what
Yeah.
Tucker has to say.
Okay.
I think it's very good, in fact, necessary to force leaders to do what they say they're going to do. Otherwise, come on, dude, we're moving toward one of two endpoints. One is a totalitarian society where you just don't have the option of disagreeing. You have to obey because you've got programmable digital currency and universal surveillance, and you just have to do what they say or they'll starve you to death.
It's not going to work here.
I hope it, I pray it doesn't.
I agree with
Or
him.
a revolution. It's one of the two. We're getting totalitarian government or revolution.
It's going to work for a little bit, and then
Okay, that's all I wanted to play here.
Okay.
Those
That's
are
enough.
two options.
I agree with Sean on that.
So you don't think the totalitarian regime is going to work here?
Nope. We
Okay.
are well aware of our rights.
Do you
and
think that we're on our way to a revolution?
No.
You know?
No.
Listen, guys, I think this is a good time to promote toddsworld.net.
It is.
There is a fabulous story that I wrote
So good.
that has only just begun. But the way I originally did it, it's called Insurrection. There's
Mhm.
2 volumes right now, 2 books of insurrection. The first volume is called Operation Last Stand. The second volume is Circle of Wolves. Obviously, if I were you, I'd start with the first. Go to toddsworld.net. All the stories are right there. You're going to have links to the podcast. You're going to have all the stories, and you're going to have merch below it. Listen, the merch is great too, but honest to God, you want to buy these stories. The buttons are right there. They're going to link you direct. You can either buy a paperback, an ebook, or audiobook. Audiobooks are great. They really are. They're all great. I'm telling you, the audiobooks are fun.
Who couldn't listen
That's
to Todd's
what
voice all
revolution
afternoon
looks
on your
like
whole
in
drive
America.
home?
This is an alternate universe where Trump is taken out en route to a 2024 election, and an actual insurrection uprising takes place. Guys, you got to, and you know what?
Cool.
If you want these assholes in government, these deep staters, to actually get what they deserve, read Insurrection. We're hanging people from fire escape ladders. We are having fun. There's violence. There's revolution. There's everything you could ever want. You know what? It's fiction. It's great.
Yeah.
You don't have to pick up a gun and go do anything. So go now, toddsworld.net.
It's like
Check out the
MAGA
first book
fan
of
fiction.
Insurrection.
Is what
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
That's the insurrection we got. I don't know. Tucker's right. We have a big problem.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I wanted to check my times.
Okay.
Carrie's got to get out of here.
You're doing
She
great.
has important
Sorry.
things to do, people. She has lunch dates, all kinds of things today.
Ended up being a busy day. Sorry.
So I just think that you want to check that out. You want to check out Beers with Jesus? We'll do that next week sometime. Somehow we're going to fit that in the next few days.
Yes.
But anyway, I just wanted my primary thing is I wanted to come on today and I wanted to talk about what's going on, not only with this Iran thing, but just in general. There seems to be a fracturing and a fraying of Trump's support. I just feel like this is going to be par for the course for a while with America. Like you're going to have this swinging back and forth. Like you get a Trump and then you get a Biden. I don't know what we're going to get next, but it's because
God
people
help us.
can't focus. And
Right.
so it's just this back and forth swing. You talk about a pendulum. This is just like bang, bang, like a ping pong ball back and forth.
Right.
Because people don't, there's no staying power to anything. And the problem is that we're not educating people on, in other words, we're not building a base that understands how power and how strength works. You know what I mean? Everything is so short term.
Right.
And I think that's a big problem. I think that we need people that are encouraging people to look beyond the latest 30-second TikTok video that says, "Oh my God, Iran's winning because the Shah's homosexual son's legs don't work and he's huddling in a cave somewhere." I'm or not the Shah, the Ayatollah.
The Ayatollah. That's right. Question for you. You asked earlier if Trump's lack of, or dwindling support has something to do with second termitis. Is that common?
Yeah.
Is it common for
second terms are where you get all kinds of problems? Monica Lewinsky, Iran-Contra affair, no new taxes by HW.
Okay.
George W. Bush and the Iraq War.
Okay. Interesting.
Obama, Fast and Furious, where he's providing guns to the cartels in Mexico. It's just second terms are rife with they're not only rife with scandals and problems, they're rife with disappointment. They're plagued by discontentment because nothing ever works. Like we said, we have this Congress and they don't do anything. They aren't incentivized to do anything.
Right.
Listen, they're making their money regardless. They don't want things to be that much better. You know what I mean?
They make their money even when there's a shutdown.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, they have no incentive whatsoever to be productive.
So when Tucker says if they don't do what they promise, they should be out. What's your option? Okay, you're going to get rid of Trump, put Kamala in? I mean, think about your options here. You're like, listen, I'm sick of my body. I got cancer. I've been fighting it. Screw it. I'm going to cut off my leg. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or up in Canada, you just ask for an injection.
Oh, dude, we don't have time. We don't have time today because I had euthanasia stuff from both Canada and Spain on the schedule. We'll have to get it next week.
Okay. The euthanasia stories are wild right now.
They're
so sad.
Horrible and getting worse.
How?
One I had today was in Spain, and it's the first chick who was, I think she was 23 or mid-20s, and she was approved for euthanasia based solely on depression.
Yes,
they had let in a bunch of the Muslims and the rapists and everything. She'd been gang raped, and their answer was to kill her. They let the rapist go, and they're going to kill her. And that seems to make sense to them.
Yeah.
And let me tell you what, your Tim Dillons of the world, your Dave Smiths, they're like 2 seconds away from that because it's utilitarian and they don't have any real principles. It drives me crazy. We don't live in a principled society anymore. And without principles, without something core to guide you, you're just caught in the wind, man. And really, we have an entire country that I mean, I think 4% of the country in the latest survey said they ascribe to an actual biblical worldview. If that tells you anything.
4%?
It's a little scary.
Ouch.
In America. Yeah.
It's tough.
So anyway, guys, we did what we could today. It's a short one today. We'll be back next week. A little more normal. This weekend got a little screwed up on us, but we wanted to make sure we got out for you guys.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm getting it from all angles. I'm getting it from my own kid getting mad at me and struggling. And listen, I don't blame her. I see what's going on in the world. I understand our attention spans and all the information we're getting and everything else. And I'm just saying, I keep trying to bring things up. I'm like, okay, if Trump's lock, stock, and two smoking barrels sold out to Israel, then why would he do this? Or why would he do this? There's not lots of good answers to those, because once you start exploring those, well, what's his motivation? You find life's a lot more complex than that.
Right. I was going to say, it's not one or the other. It's not black and
Right.
white. It's never that clearly defined, especially in politics and in Trump's case, in deal making.
Yes. So
Yeah.
anyway, I believe Trump's still trying to get the best deals he can for America, period.
I think so too.
Across the board. You can disagree with him on some things. You can think, now listen, he has to deal with, we're the lone superpower in the world. He's trying to remake the world order in order to make a golden age for America. There's a bunch of things interplay. Not everything's going to go perfectly.
Right.
It never does. But I think he's doing, I mean, I'd rather have him in control than anybody else still. Right now, today.
Yeah, totally. I'd love it if people listening would leave us a comment. What do you think Trump could do that could actually, garner the support again from people who are waffling right now? Like, what would do it?
Yeah.
Legitimately. Not like
I
crazy
agree.
answers, like actually legitimate. What do you think?
Not just like,
Also,
not
if you
the
know
TikTok
Joe Rogan,
answers that
not
are
the
yelling at
TikTok
Carrie.
answers. Oh my gosh,
Microphones are too cheap.
the comments on TikTok are killing me. And sometimes late at night when I hop on my phone, I'm like, let me see what's going on. I just have to respond to those people because I just can't resist it. My reserves are down. My resilience is gone from the day. I'm like, oh, I've got 2 cents to
You know
reply.
what you need
What?
in Florida? It would
What?
fix everything.
Yeah.
Recreational marijuana. Those comments start coming in. You take a couple more puffs, and you're like, I'm just going to sleep.
I had one. Yeah, really. I had one. It's chilly. It's like we've had this weird cold front coming through, and I have one kind of fall hard cider left. I was like, hey, I'm gonna enjoy
You
that
like your ciders,
before it gets Yeah, it was a weird one. It's a weird one, but I had one left.
Oh, well.
Not
Well,
gonna,
we did the best
dump
we
it
could
out.
today, Carrie.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, guys. A little shorter today. We'll be back. Check out Beers with Jesus tomorrow. It's our last day in Acts, right?
Yeah.
Then we're moving on. So I'm
excited. Yeah,
Okay,
me
guys.
too. Thanks, Todd.
Carrie, thanks for joining me. Enjoy all the things you've got going on
Oh my
today. I hope
gosh.
it all goes swimmingly.
Thank you. You too.
All right, guys. We'll catch you next week. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget toddsworld.net. Check out Insurrection. Go buy that.
gosh.
Witness is great too.
Oh, they're so good.
Leaves the Blue Way is great. 9 Mile Point is great.
There's something for everyone there.
But really, the audiobooks right now are the 2 Insurrection books and the Witness, and I'm telling you, pick them up. If I've got a number in mind that if once enough people tune in and listen, then I'll get rolling on them again. I'll let you know what that number is eventually. But right now we haven't hit it. All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. Carrie, I will catch you. Well, we'll be here for tomorrow. Tomorrow for Beers
See you
and Jesus, and
tomorrow.
then next week.
Sounds good.
All right. See you
Bye.
guys.